Hi, welcome to Metro Woman. I'm Tam Milligan, and today I'm in Fort Dodge at Friendship Haven. Now, if you've ever thought retirement communities are boring, slow, sleepy, we have a show for you. We're going to share with you some of the exciting new and innovative things happening in retirement centers. So stay tuned on Metro Woman. Well, we're here with Raleigh Peterson, who is Director of Housing here at Friendship Haven in Fort Dodge. And Raleigh, we know there's a lot of changes going on in the world of retirement centers. So I would sure like to hear what some of the newest and latest things are.
Sure. Well, here at Friendship Haven, we've made a real commitment to wellness. And a lot of times, you know, when people hear of wellness, they think of just physical exercise, but we have adopted and embraced 6 dimensions of wellness. And we have just found that people are really living purposeful lives, and that's what we're striving to create here.
Wow, I kind of get the feeling that shouldn't wait till retirement time. We should have started purpose living way back. So isn't it lucky that these kinds of places are now in existence that focus more on just health? It's a whole concept of health, from mind, body, spirit, social, everything. So start to tell us a little more about all these 6 areas.
Okay, sure. Well, what we have here is we have the intellectual wellness or brain wellness. And so what we will do is do anything we can to create an environment where people are keeping their mind sharp. So we have a neighbor next door, a community college, and we will use some of their instructors to come over. We'll have different classes, opportunities for them to continue to learn. There's also the emotional wellness. And by living here, you just have a good peer network. If you should have a health setback, you'll get flooded with cards, all kinds of emotional support. It becomes a real family
that's
atmosphere.
Key in any kind of recovery, I know.
Really is.
Yeah,
you know that you're cared for.
Exactly. And you think about all the people that aren't in a facility like this and have that happen, and they feel so alone and so lost, and like nobody really would know if I need help. So
Sure.
that's right at their fingertips.
Well, even see it too with a loss of a spouse, for example.
Yes.
It's just amazing how people will rally around.
Yes, fill
and
that
help them
void
out.
pretty
You bet.
fast, and I'm sure that's really important.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have intellectual, and then we had emotional, and what are some more?
Now we also have social.
Okay.
And that is really just a natural byproduct of living here. There's socialization going on. It doesn't mean you have to be the life of the party. You can always retreat to the privacy of your home.
But I bet there are many that sit in the background.
No. So you can always find something going on. So socialization is key. In fact, if you talk to the experts in aging and you ask them what are the keys to successful aging, almost always they will say the #1 key is socialization. We also have physical wellness.
Of course.
Here we have a great state-of-the-art wellness center where that can be conducive to people doing their exercising.
Right.
Group classes, individual workouts, you name it. We have great participation and see huge benefits from people participating.
Oh, I bet you do. And to me, all about physical is convenience, because how easy is it to say, not today, the weather doesn't look so good, or gee, I might have an accident getting to the fitness center, I better stay home. So they just walk out their door and they're right there.
That's right.
So
and there are some days they don't feel like it, but that's where that social and emotional comes in, and their little positive peer pressure.
Somebody's knocking on the door.
That's right. Come on, let's go.
Ooh, I wish I had that, and I'd maybe do it more. So, okay, physical we know is always key, and that's wonderful. And what are some of the classes they offer in that area?
They will do yoga classes where they're actually down on the floor doing some stretching, some deep breathing.
Okay.
Another class that I have found really interesting to observe is a balance class.
Oh, sure.
And they will set up it's kind of like an obstacle course. And they'll set up different terrains or floor surfaces.
Sure.
And they'll go in then in their socks and walk on these various unlevel surfaces, which just helps them to improve their balance.
Right, because where they go in their day-to-day lives isn't always completely flat. So, wow, I've not heard of that, but that makes good sense.
It's a really interesting class.
Yes, yes, okay. Well,
Another area would be spiritual wellness.
Okay.
We do have a full-time chaplain on our staff, and we actually have a Sunday morning worship service here on our campus. And then also on Thursday afternoon, we have a weekly Vesper service, and then that's not to mention various Bible studies and other things that are going on as well.
Sure.
We also have vocational wellness.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And that's kind of altruism. It's giving back to your fellow man or back to society. And what I often say is it's creating opportunities for people to get up in the morning, plant their feet on the ground and say, you know what, I'm going to make a difference in either my life or the life of someone else today.
Wow.
And so that's real key as well.
Absolutely. Because as you retire, I think that would be a little part of the life that starts to fade away. What is my purpose today and how will I help, and does anybody want my help? So I bet that is very, very important.
And we'll try to find the things they did used to do.
Sure.
And if someone was an avid swimmer, for example, well, we've tapped into one of our own residents who leads the water aerobics, for example. Or the gentleman who used to do woodworking. We have a woodworking shop. And in fact, a kind of a neat story is the guys in the wood shop have made some things like a potter's bench for the people who work in our little greenhouse area. And so they can pot their plants on the potting bench that the guys in the wood shop have made. And so you just really see a community in action.
Yeah, they work together on things and how it helps another group. And well, Raleigh, with so many wonderful programs, and none are better than the other, they're all like a piece of the pie that make it so perfect. How did you come up with all these ideas and the concepts?
Well, first and foremost, we really like to just get input from our residents. It is their home, and so we want to see what it is that they're passionate about, what is it they're interested in. And so we just kind of get information from them, try to create an environment where they can excel and participate in these things, and then just let it happen.
Exactly, and I'm sure they're very eager to share their thoughts and ideas.
Oh, they sure are.
Yeah,
you bet.
yeah.
And then aside from that, we just like to stay cutting edge. So we're going to national conferences, state conferences, and we try to stay on top of things from our colleagues across the state and the country to see what they're doing and share some of their good ideas as well.
Right. And I'm sure collaborating with other facilities and other campuses and what they have done just helps you in knowing your direction. Some ways to go, some ways not to go.
Yeah.
But I would guess you are pretty much an icon of what to look forward to doing, because it seems so well thought out here.
Sure. And it's common that other retirement communities have even come here and taken tours just to see some of the things we're doing to promote this lifestyle. And similarly, we did the same thing prior to building our buildings. We had toured other places as well.
Right. And what a change over the years and centuries, actually, I mean, it's taken to evolve to such a wonderful level of retirement and care. I mean, I'm sure the changes are just enormous.
Right. Yeah, it's not just a place to grow old like the stereotypes would hold. I often compare it to a college campus. There's a lot of excitement. You're moving to a place, you're establishing new friends, you're developing new interests, and it has a lot of parallels and similarities to a college experience without the exams.
Oh, I like that idea. Campus life with no tests. Perfect.
Yeah, it's a dynamic style of living.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Raleigh, for all that great information. And next we're going to get physical. We're going to the wellness area where we will meet Ashley Matson, who is the Wellness Director. Stay with us on Metro Woman. Welcome back to Metro Woman. We're now in the Wellness Center and we're talking with Ashley Matson, who is the Director of Wellness. So Ashley, this is not your typical fitness center, so tell us what goes on in here and all the neat ideas you have for everyone that stays here.
Well, we're very lucky here. We have a fully equipped wellness center. We're in the exercise room right now. So we have treadmills, new step, recumbent bikes, some free weights, and also some pieces of equipment for all types of the body. We have our exercise studio where I teach about 25 classes a week. We have everything from yoga, balance boot camp, and then high impact classes. And then we also have our pool. We have 2 classes that we have in there, as well as free swim and our hot tub.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of wonderful things and opportunities for people to take advantage of.
Yes.
And are the classes pretty well attended? And
yes, For the most part, today we had about 20 people in one of our classes. You know, depending on the time of year, how busy residents are, they kind of go up and down.
Well, and with winter, with all this going on inside, it doesn't matter how bad it is outside.
Yeah, you're right. So we have a great group that comes every day.
Good. Well, how fun. And I know you're pretty creative with some of your other offerings for fitness and wellness. Tell us about that.
Yes, not everybody's into the typical exercise regime, so we try to do things that are fun and unique. One fun thing that we do every March, it's called Grandma and Grandpa Got Game, and we have residents, and they're paired up with our local high school basketball players. So there's one resident, one basketball player on a team, and then we have a 3-round shootout at the local high school.
Oh my.
And it's really
they
fun.
Go to the high school to do
Yes,
this.
yep, we go to the high school, we practice,
Oh,
and then
fun.
they meet their teammates, and you know, the first round we do a 30-second shootout, we do a hot spot, 20-spot hot spot, and then also the most creative shot. And then we have the boys basketball coach, girls basketball coach, our CEO, and then the athletic director, and they judge kind of Dancing with the Stars style.
Oh my gosh, what a neat idea. So tell us some other ideas you have.
Another idea we just did last May, which we're going to continue, was a mini triathlon. We had 2 residents and 1 employee on a team, and the different legs of it were on the treadmill walking a half mile, on the new step walking a half mile, and then in the pool walking a half mile.
Oh my.
And so we had about 30 people participate in that, so we had 10 teams, and it was just so fun to see some of these residents who had never been in this room come in and really train for this triathlon. They took it very seriously, and the employees loved coming and, you know, meeting new residents,
Sure.
as well as the residents meeting new employees. It was a
Well,
lot
and
of fun.
what a way to get the excitement of, okay, now I'm going back on my own to continue.
Yes.
I mean, you just need something like that to get you excited about working out and keeping the boredom out of the whole picture.
Yes,
So-
it was very fun to see people that I've never seen before, and then
Oh.
they keep coming back.
Oh my gosh. Well, I heard you say something about a polar plunge.
You're
I
right.
can't believe they do that.
Yes, 2 years ago, actually, a resident came to me and said, we're doing a polar plunge for the Special Olympics. Would you be interested in doing it with me? And I thought, well, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And so 3 other residents and myself, we got a team, and we're called the Active Elders, and we went out, and we're the last team to go in. We went all the way out and into the frozen lake and came back, and it was a blast. And the same 3 people did it again this year, and they thought they'd be really funny, and they spelled out OLD on the front and then farts on the back, so it spelled out old farts, and it was so fun. They didn't tell me they were going to do that, so they just showed up and took their t-shirts off.
Well,
so.
there's certainly no boredom with working out and being full of exercise activity here, that's for sure.
No, we do lots of fun things.
Oh, and that is the key.
That's right.
Yes.
Changing it up and having something for everyone.
Right. Now you mentioned the lake, and I know this is such a beautiful campus nature-wise. You're sitting in this beautiful wooded area. What are some of the nice things about being here?
Well, it's just nice that, you know, in the fall or in the spring when we go outside and take walks, you know, it's just so beautiful. The trees are changing colors. We have different things on campus, like this blooming tree that's beautiful that we all go out and take pictures and look at, and it's just nice. The residents just absolutely love the different things that are on campus that they can go look at. You know, they don't have to go far or you know, go to another town to see these things. They're right here on campus.
Well, you're very fortunate for this location,
Yes,
that's for sure.
it's very nice.
Ashley, I know there's a lot of new trends out there in this field. So what are some of the new innovative ideas in this world of wellness?
Well, one thing that I saw at a conference was an underwater treadmill, which I was very interested in. I got to get in the water and try it out. It's unlike anything that I've been on before. It's not like the treadmill that we're standing on.
Sure.
It worked my legs in a way that I've never felt before, and so it's a really creative way to get people, you know, back walking.
Sure.
And
the water resistance adds to the
Yep.
workout, I'm sure.
Yes, and it's so easy on their joints and their muscles that, you know, someone that couldn't walk on land could get into the water, get on this treadmill and walk and have a great exercise.
Fabulous idea.
Yes.
And there's some other ideas maybe in the future for things like this?
Yes, and the International Council on Active Aging, they have a sponsored week every September that we participate in. It's called Active Aging Week. And every day we do something different, just trying to get people involved. This last September, we had a bowling and pizza party where we did Wii bowling and had pizza. We do outdoor walks where we have our independent residents as well as our residents in our nursing home. We all go outside and go for a big walk around campus. And then in the middle of the week, we usually do some sort of a golf tournament, either here at a local golf course, or we will go and we'll partner up with a different retirement community in another town, and we'll have sort of a golf tournament.
Oh my.
And then we end the week, you know, letting everyone know what we did for the week, and we do like lots of fun things with the average age of the residents that participated. I think last year the average age was 86 years old of the people that participated in our active aging week.
Perfect. Well, there's no aging going on here. I guess just going the other direction.
You're right.
So good for you, and I'm sure they appreciate all your exciting ideas.
Yes.
All right.
Very fun.
Thank you so much. We've enjoyed hearing all your neat ideas.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back on Metro Woman. Welcome back. We're here at Friendship Haven, and we're in the Celebration Center. And I'm with Anita Johnson, who is the Spiritual Care Director. Tell us about the things that are going on in this wonderful part of the center.
We have some very traditional things happening here with our Sunday worship and Thursday Vesper service. However, we do some creative and different things on our Vesper service, so that's a lot of fun. We also have some unusual outreach programs that are happening. We find that the folks here who live here like to do more than just get together and worship. They like to give back to the community. And so once a month we collect food for the local food pantry, and some of our residents are volunteers there and they take it to the food pantry. We also have been helping get off the ground a new homeless shelter in Fort Dodge called the Beacon of Hope, and some of our members have been a part of that because of the churches that they belong to, but also as a spiritual life committee. They chose to support it by collecting toiletry items that they give the men that are there, and by promotion of the center.
Sure.
Probably the most unique thing we've been doing in the last year or so is every few months we worship at the prison congregation, which is just down the road from here, a men's prison, and it's been a very eye-opening experience for the residents.
Oh, I would guess so. I'm sure some interesting stories from that.
And they've had time to interact with the
Good.
prisoners, and so they made some relationships and found out that
Wonderful.
they're real people.
Of course, and how good for both sides to be in a different environment and to know you're helping other people, see another brighter side of life maybe. Okay. Well, and as we learned earlier, there's so many contributing things to wellness. We did some physical and some emotional, but the spiritual part of full wellness is so important. And why is it so that it helps people in their later years like this?
In their later years, they're obviously thinking about afterlife. That's part of it. Part of it is they're dealing with lots of changes in their life. Physical, emotional changes, changes of residence, that kind of thing, and keeping grounded in your spirituality really helps them through those transitions. And I feel very privileged to be with them at those times.
Right. Well, it is certainly an important part of everyone's life, and to have that dimension fulfilled here is quite unique, and I think not always available in some campuses. Is that right?
That's true. As a local church pastor, I found that I was the pastor for my own people who were in retirement communities. We didn't have someone on staff there, and so Friendship Haven began as a United Methodist community as a way to minister to God's older children, and they've continued with that tradition of having a full-time director of spiritual care.
Right.
One of the great things about our services here and our programs is that people of all denominations are welcome, and we work together. We do a lot of things together with several different denominations, including Roman Catholic. Also, many of the local churches will send out their pastor or representative to provide for them the rituals or sacraments that are particular to their denomination.
And as with anything, to have choices is so important, and this just adds to another choice they have here to participate if they so choose to. Is it quite popular as far as attendance?
We have quite a large attendance on Sunday morning. A lot of the more independent residents will attend their own churches.
Sure.
But we kind of joke about if it's a stormy day, I know I have to get to Friendship Haven because they prefer to stay on campus to worship.
Well, yes.
Some of them come from out of town, so they're not able to participate in their own church, so
Right.
They very much appreciate having an opportunity to worship here.
Absolutely, and what a pleasant environment it is, and I'm sure this room is used for many different things.
It is, it's just for many things.
Yes, well, it's a beautiful place and a beautiful room. So thank you, Anita, so much. You've given us a lot of good insight as to the idea of spiritual wellness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We will be right back. Linda, we've had such a good time here at Friendship Haven today, and I've enjoyed learning about all the dimensions of wellness. And I know there are many questions that you get asked many times over and over. What are those questions?
When people come to Friendship Haven, a lot of times they're not sure about which neighborhood to live in, or will this suit my lifestyle, and will I be able to maintain my independence? And so some of the questions I ask: what did you do before you retired? What do you like to do for fun? And those answer some of those questions. Like if they used to be a teacher, we have a wonderful new Tot Spot program. It's intergenerational with young children, their parent, and then some of the people who live here, kind of surrogate grandparents. We also have people who are interested in gardening. We have an indoor potting room, an outdoor garden that has grapes and flowers and vegetables. Computer users class, creative writing class, some of the things we talked about earlier that are really unique.
Right.
People can just kind of look at what their passions are, and it's people living full lives with faith, passion, and purpose, and we really live that.
Absolutely. And so moving does not always mean you lose part of yourself.
Right.
Sometimes energize it and bring it to another level.
Right, and we have people who maybe did something years ago that they are now currently have the time to do that they can explore again.
Wonderful. Well, it just seems like such a perfect package here, like we said, with all the elements of wellness and everyone working together. And you have been just fabulous in sharing all this with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our show. So thanks for watching Metro Woman. And if you have a show idea, go to www.metrowoman.tv. And thanks for watching.